Hi, beautiful Capricorn. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Capricorn, this is your monthly read for May of 2023. And we're going to start with an overall message here and then go deeper and deeper into that message. And we're going to bring the angels out at the end and see if they have anything additional to tell you guys. I also want to say that I am at the moment offering personal readings. So if you're interested in one, please send me a message via email, not via comment section, please. Because sometimes it takes me a while to read the comments and then I'll miss you. So just send me an email. It's all about it. Read all about it in the description. Capricorn, overall message, overall energy here, please. For the month of May. And May contains a lunar eclipse, which I feel is like the culmination of the solar eclipse that took place between the 19th and 20th of April. And depending when you listen to this, I hope you had a smooth ride. I know for a fact that I needed to balance myself more because I was not up to par with that energy. Okay, Capricorn. It's taking a little bit of time. There you go. Animal bond. And the first thing that I get here is so many messages because the birds in all forms, it's like we have it's like we've looked up every single bird that exists and put them in one card. There's so many variations of the birds there. But what I feel like they have similarly is that they are all bringing messages. They're all coming with messages. So I feel like there's so much about whether this is like almost like an explosion for you, Capricorn, that you have opened something up within you so that you are more, you're more receptive to more messages from the other side, more messages from your guides, from your inner being. It's like you're, this is Halloween, you're dressed even as an eagle, like you're dressed as a bird yourself. So I just feel that like you're the bearer of the messenger, of the messages. Oh, stuff. You're the bearer of the messages. Like you are the channel in a way. And then obviously we have the animal bond. Like you probably are very much an animal lover. You have lots of animals around you, and it doesn't mean that you have to have domestic animals. I don't have a dog or cat or anything. I don't have any animal at home, but I have a lot of connection to animals. Like as soon as I step my foot like outside, there's some sort of connection with an animal, and that can vary between, there's so many different animals that I run into that are bringing different various of messages. So you have a strong connection with the animal kingdom as well. But there's a lot of freedom here. We're talking about freedom, abundance, messages, and that there seems to be some sort of opening there for you to receive the messages more clearly and just getting more messages overall, more information. Okay. Interesting. We're going to choose a different deck here. Going deeper into this message, what can we bring for Capricorn, please? I see the moon look at you there. Like there's a connection with the moon for you as well. It's almost like you're the spokesperson for some animals. You might be like an animal rights person or something like that. Or you should be. Okay, Capricorn. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. La, 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 la. I don't want to hear it. Almost half the deck. I'm not going to do that, Capricorn. We want a couple of cards that are easy to translate. I'm not going to do the freaking whole deck. There was one. And then it's like, then I'm just going to give you one. Okay. Another card here. We have mental conflict. So let's see what this is about. And then we have material and spiritual prosperity at the same time. It's interesting how we... Okay. And solar plexus. Wow. Okay. We're starting with this mental conflict. So this is... Okay, so remember what we said here. We have this card that is a lot about free, like the birds are bringing a lot of messages to you, a lot of information, but the birds also represent freedom, to come into freedom, to come into abundance, like we said. There's something here, the mental conflict is a little bit about going back and forth in something, and it's very, very, like you just, if you're not watching the video, it's like on one side, there's a lot of boxes, like there's a lot of boxed in thinking. Another way of saying it is like everyday thinking is like the way that you think every single day. And then the other side of the brain is like, but here we have ventured out. You have some sort of, that's why there's an opening there. There's more information coming in. You're starting to think in new ways. But this probably gets a little bit confusing because it's like it's going a little bit back and forth. You haven't really fully settled into the new way of thinking or to the new open mind. I feel like it probably has a little bit of glimpses where you open a little bit more and then you get more information, you get things going or flowing a little bit, and then you sort of tend to move over to the other side, perhaps because it moves a little bit too fast. It might just be a little bit too fast because, yeah, why wouldn't you stay over there? Because it feels unsafe. Even though it's good, even though it's everything that you're manifesting on that side is just what we would consider to be like in the better direction, but just because it's better doesn't mean that it feels safe. And so your control needs to pick up, doesn't need to pick up anything, but we need to move in the speed of the control so that the control doesn't feel like left out and blocks things because it's moving too fast. But there is an opening here, which probably is the reason why you have started to receive all these messages, because you're not boxed in anymore. You're not in your everyday thinking. Something has opened up. Whether you have done something, whether you have done meditation over time and all of a sudden you just had a breakthrough, or you have taken a class, or you're doing something and it's paying off. There's an opening here. And like I said, it can go a little bit back and forth, but this opening, and I love how this sort of continues. I saw this like the spiraling of the branches out and everything sort of then ties into the branching, whether this is metal or like whatever, like steel or whatever here. It almost looks like it's a tree that continues. So it's like we have this continuation of the open mind that's branching out, and it branches right into this new set of life, new set of reality, if you will, which is material and spiritual prosperity. Right now, we have the big yellow sun there, which ties into the solar plexus card. It's really beautiful, a beautiful continuation of each card that leads to the next card. I feel like you're still a little bit in it's not a dream state, because that's too early. That's like, no, you're far beyond the dream state. I don't feel like you have your mansion just yet, metaphorically. Not every person wants a mansion, but I don't feel like you have your house or your partner or your what you would consider to be like, this is what I want in my life. If I woke up tomorrow, I would say I have everything that I want. You have something that you're moving towards, and you can see it because you're starting to branch out, you're starting to open up and really believing that this is the next step for you. It's not just a fantasy anymore, and you're still boxed in, and so you're not really going anywhere. No, we're opening up and we're branching out. We're coming into freedom-like thinking, abundance-like thinking. And it's going to lead you to material and spiritual prosperity. We have the solar plexus chakra there, which is all about your ability to manifest. That is a focal point for everything that's drawn in. If we should only focus on one chakra on this in your whole system, it should be the solar plexus. The heart plays quite the big role as well, as does all the other chakras. But like the solar plexus is the focal point for all the energy, and this is about self-worth. It's about confidence. It's about learning how to manifest and like stand stable with your horses. Stand stable with your in your solar plexus so that you can start to manifest this now. So you're on your, like, we're opening up, we're creating new realities, you're creating new worlds. You're in tune with the animal kingdom, you're in tune with new messages and with freedom and abundance. Practicing your solar plexus. You might even have like had a little bit of issues with your solar plexus because the solar plexus has been working so hard, or it doesn't really work hard, but it's like in the opening process or a balancing process of the solar plexus, one can sometimes actually feel you can feel physically hurt, or you can feel almost like a little bit of an ulcer is too much, but what is that called? Like what you get before ulcer, magkatarr in Swedish. It leads to having like this sour, it's just in the middle here where it's starting to hurt a little bit. It's not because of something you ate. It's not because of it's actually not even stress related. It is because there's an opening or there's a balancing that wants to take place in your solar plexus, and you're actually, for some of you, physically feeling it. Nothing's wrong with you. Please go to the doctor if you think you need that, because I have no authority to give you that advice, obviously. But if nothing seems to be wrong with you, you can sort of bet your head that there's an expansion, there's a balancing of the solar plexus. And so it's even more telling that you are learning how to manifest. You're coming into your self-worth. You're understanding that everything that you want, you have the right to have it. Interesting. I don't know why we're doing, maybe it's just a Capricorn way. So I've had this other deck that I've done the majority of the cards, and then I have just been clarifying with this deck. Now we're starting with the majority of the cards with this deck, and I'm clarifying with this one. So it's like, maybe it's just the Capricorn way that you don't want to do what everyone else is doing. It's just a little bit of I'm going to do it my way. That might be what's going on here, Capricorn. I don't know. It's like a don't tell me what to do type of thing. If you tell me what to do, I'm actually going to do the reversed. Okay. I know this is going to sound silly or maybe even harsh. You're so well on your way, it's even stupid to think otherwise. See how harsh that was? You're so well on your way. Okay, let's be nicer. You're so well on your way. You're so well on your way to freedom and abundance that it's so unnecessary for you to feel anything other. Clarification for this, please. The other way around. Okay. Got it. Okay. The first card that comes out is about anything that you have swept under the rug. Any memory that you have been holding down. Anything that has happened in your past. And I don't care if it's even all the way back to childhood. If there's something that comes to mind as I'm just asking this, there's something that you have been sweeping under the rug, or that you just haven't voiced, or it has been almost settled into your energy system, and it has almost like an entity got stuck there. It becomes so normal that then we don't even realize that that's what's going on. Like, you don't even understand how much energy it takes for you to wake up in the morning and wanting to balance this energy out because you haven't brought it to light, you haven't cleared it out. There's something here that you need to talk about or just acknowledge that it's there. There's something, so in your moving forward, there's something here that I think you just need to address. It doesn't mean you have to do 6 years of therapy or anything like that. It just feels that it goes deeper, and the card is saying this situation doesn't serve you. Release your attachments to the outcome. Consider taking a more uplifting approach. So I'm just feeling that there's a heaviness there that you haven't addressed, and you might think that it doesn't even, you think that it doesn't bother you, or you think that it doesn't, not bother, but like you don't think that it interferes. It doesn't interfere with your creative process, but it does. Another way of saying this is that the more you get into this creative process, and the more that you are like getting into your freedom and abundance, the lighter you will become, right? You're just getting lighter and lighter, like brighter and brighter in your energy. And as you are, just like the sun, like we have the sun here a couple of times, we have the sun here sitting very low there, but it's still there. When the sun is really low, you almost don't see your shadow. Like you almost don't see the dark side of you when the sun is really low. When the sun is really high, I mean, I'm playing this every single day now with my son, going back and forth to daycare. It's like it's fun to notice, like, okay, so when the sun is like this high up on the sky, it's the time when your shadow is the brightest, or is the sharpest, right? So the more sun, the clearer the shadow. Does that make sense? So the brighter you get now, the more of the unseen or internal that really doesn't vibe with that high vibrational frequency is going to want to come up to the surface. Like I said, not for you to deal with in 6 years therapy. I don't know why it's specifically 6 years. That you have to deal with it with 3 years of therapy or 30 years of therapy. But I just feel like it just needs acknowledgement. It might even be that you write it down one time. So this happened. That shifted your confidence a little bit. It shook your confidence, shook your self-worth. Maybe your like importance to this world, like how important you are to this world. Maybe that was a little bit shaken. And it's like it's just been sitting there and actually hinders your progress a little bit. And yet it doesn't, because it's just going to come up. If it has until today, because I just feel like it's going to come up because you're getting brighter and brighter and brighter. And because you are, those heavier memories or heavier things that are there needs to just get some acknowledgement. It's just like it's almost like a little child that just needs to be seen. So this happened. And I just want to share my story once, and once you do, it's over. It's a done situation. You don't have to dwell on it. Don't have to analyze it. You don't have to work with it. It's like we just need to address it. We can't sweep it under the rug anymore because it doesn't want to stay put in this high vibrational energy that you're stepping into. Because then we have the Queen of Ariel, which is like... The Queen of Ariel is like, you know, she's the one that you want to hire for any party. She's the person who makes everything more beautiful. She's the one who feels like she can give anything and everything away to everyone else. And that will just truly make her happy to see someone else be happy because she helped them. She is the life of the party. She has a Midas touch, like everything that she touches turns to gold. She's even dressed in gold. She's the queen of love and manifestation. Ariel is all about love and manifestation. And here, the Queen of Ariel, she's the queen of love and manifestation. Do you feel, Capricorn, that you are the queen, whether you're a woman or a man? That you're a queen of love and manifestation? If you're not, that's where you're headed. You're headed into such abundance. And I know if we read the book, it would say, Remember to share all your riches. Remember to share it once it's here. You do whatever you want with it, obviously, because you're a Capricorn. Okay, some final advice or final messages or even additions to this already reading. What do we have for Capricorn, please? Okay, so I got the compromise card and a little bit of Libra vibe there, or justice vibe. To me, this is like this is almost like you're a little bit schizophrenic, because, and I highly recommend to be, because it's like talking to yourself when it's a little bit stressful for you, or I always say this, just be a little bit schizophrenic, because it's like you can calm yourself down in any situation as you start to talk to yourself. Talk to your inner child, or like you're talking to your child within you, calming the inner child down and say that you have control over this. You know what you're doing. Because I feel like there's sometimes, Capricorn, you have such mind-blowing thoughts. You might even have you might even have flung your brain open. It's like sometimes those thoughts that comes in, like you're so unlimited in the way of thinking sometimes, because Capricorn is a little bit boxed in. Sorry for generalizing now, but like if we're just talking about the sign as a whole, obviously you're not. You can be a little bit boxed in, but then you can, on the other side, you can be such a free spirit when it comes to just all of a sudden have this explosive, out of the box mind thinking that it literally blows your mind. And like I said, this is not we just need to have the control. The control needs to catch up to feel safe. And so the compromise here is about you just almost like talking yourself into a good place. Like, okay, control. So if we move forward in this very free way of thinking for 2 days, then we can regress in thinking a little bit boxed in for 1 day. Would that be a thing? Like, can we compromise? I'm not saying this is a real thing that is what you should do, but like the metaphor of it is that you need to just, it's like you need to, or just talk to yourself like, sweet inner child, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Like you can let me loose here, because I'm not about to just completely go crazy. I am a Capricorn, so I never will. But it's time to move forward with these things, and I promise I am in control of this. Can we like check in with each other so that it feels good for the both of us? I'm talking for you as a person who wants to move forward, and then I'm talking to you as the control that needs to feel safe in order for you to be able to move forward. And it's like we are two entities here talking to each other. So as you just compromise with yourself, as you allow things to come up to the surface and just allow them to disappear, almost just view them a little bit and allow them to exist for a moment. Just say, okay, so that happened, and then release that. And then compromise your way into your sun. Compromise your way into the sun. I can't say it in any better way. You are on your way to this. Clear abundance and freedom, and the queen of love and manifestation. This is really, really beautiful. Okay, guys, that's what I have for you this month. If you're interested in the reading, please send me a message. You find it in the description. Thank you so much, guys.